Hey, John Weber here. Good day. Hey, 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 5D new human. The new Earth, it's here. It's right here, right now. I'm the 5D new human voice from the future communicating directly to you. Do you have 5D ears to hear this? Do you have 5D comprehension to understand this? Are you vibing in 5D frequency? Take a deep breath. Breathe it in, baby. We feel it in here. You realize that you have a pulsing in your chest. That is life itself. That life force that pumps through your body. That's what life is. That's who you are. That frequency, right? That is life itself. That is who you are. You are that source energy of love and light. It's been known as God. It's been known as consciousness. It's called universal mind. There's all kinds of words. There's all kinds of stories. There's all kinds of histories. The end matter is this source that pumps through your heart is life itself. And that's who you are as a human being. And boom, boom, our lights are coming on as human beings. We are coming to our 5D perception, which means we're zooming way out and we're realizing that we're living in a tight little matrix called the 3D matrix, which is this beautiful world that we've constructed that we live in. But right now, we're done with that world. And 5D new humans, boom, boom, we know it because we're resonating in our love and light frequency. And this love and light frequency, we have a portal to this source energy, which is love and light, and it is abundance. There is no way that we can ever, ever, ever exhaust this valuable currency that we have access to. That's the 5D new human frequency. You discover it in here. You feel that frequency in your heart and you feel it pumping. And you start every day here. And the minute that you feel uncomfortable with anything that's happening in the 3D world, you just take a deep breath and you absorb it and you hold it here in your frequency. And you realize that I am life itself. I am love and light. I am the frequency of life. And then we look at the world through that love and light portal, and then you're turning on our lights, and boom, boom, the collective 5D new human frequency is on fire. And it's being felt by those who are resonating in this frequency. Are you? Well, I'm going to try to talk to you about being 5D. I'm going to expose you to things that you probably are not hearing anywhere else. Maybe you have. Hopefully you're resonating with it, boom, because once you're in 5D, you know it. Like we call that the truth. You're in the truth because truth is a frequency. It's not a narrative. It's not a belief, right? Truth is a frequency. It's a coherent frequency of knowing. You are life itself. Know that. Feel that frequency. It's pumping through your heart right now. It resonates through your entire body. And we live from frequencies. We recognize frequencies control our lives. And the 5D new humans, we're turning our lights on by going inside out and we're shining our lights on the system around us. And what are we seeing? What are we seeing? Well, we're seeing chaos, right? You're seeing craziness. You're seeing so many problems. You see all of the congestion and all of the densities that we are surrounded by in this current system. But when you come to the frequency of love and light, and you recognize that everything is happening around you, it's not happening to you. It's happening around you. And we're just putting the lights on what's happening around us. And collectively now, the new humans, we're mirror looping this love and light frequency where we're finding those who resonate in this positive place. Those who have grabbed their trunk, that have grabbed this umbilical cord to their source energy, which is the God frequency, and we're living from here, right? And so how do we discover feeling the world? So 3D matrix is everything is a narrative, everything is a topic, everything is a discovery that we've made, right? And so we have massive educational systems, and we have degrees, and we have all this partitioned off areas of expertise, and all of these partitioned off areas of knowledge and knowing. all of which have been fabulous because they've helped us come to a higher degree as far as our collective consciousness is concerned, right? But now we're no longer stuck in our box thinking that our box is the right box and everybody else is in the wrong box. No, 5D perception is we're love and light. And all boxes are love and light. And everything that's happening around us is a collective love and light frequency of our collective humanity, right? We call this collective consciousness. We call this human consciousness. We call this 5D consciousness. These are just words, right? They're words that describe a frequency. And you know the frequency of your own life. And here's how you discover a frequency. How do you feel a frequency? The first time you fell in love, right? So as a kid, I went to school, right? Hundreds of girls all around all the time. Everyone's playing, everyone's giggling. And then someday this one girl walks by you and there's a frequency that happens inside of your body. What does that feel like? We can put words to it. We put words to it like, I'm infatuated, or I'm in love, or she's gorgeous, or whatever that feeling is, right? It's a frequency. 5D New Humans, we're living from frequency. So we grab our frequency and we know when we're living inside out through our portal of frequency, right? This is the new human perception. This is the new earth. And we're living in this new earth now because we're seeing it through our own love and light. And we're interacting with the world around us in this frequency of love and light. And when you're vibrating in the purity of love and light frequency, right? You feel amazing. You feel really good. Everything that's happening around you is happening perfectly because you are in this frequency of love and light. And when you vibrate in the frequency of love and light and you're in that place of being in love, feeling amazing, and you discover and you wrap yourself around that source energy, which is God's love and light, you vibrate with everything. You vibrate in perfect harmony with all other frequencies around you, because all frequencies are part of the collective humanity. We are a connected matrix of human consciousness, which is inside here, we feel it, we turn inside out, we shine our lights on the world around us, and the world around us is perfect. And that's the new earth. And that's the 5D new human perception. That's what I'm talking about here. And so many young people are coming to this, right? We're no longer talking about the narratives, right? You can talk about a narrative and talk about your situation and what caused you to be in a bad place. The narratives that you use to explain your frequency, right? Those are stories that carry a frequency. So there's a frequency of love. You know when you're in love, and we all have our own story. And each story follows its own unique path and characteristics, but there's a frequency of love. Like here, there's a frequency of being in love. You getting this? There's a frequency of jealousy. There's a frequency of disappointment, right? There's a frequency of sadness. There's a frequency of guilt. There's a frequency of shame. Understand this? These are frequencies. When you see the world through love and light and you're connected to your vibrational frequency of the 5D new human, right? You're not letting the external world determine who you are in here. 5D new humans, we are coherent. We are strong. We are love and light. That frequency of being alive and being a human being, that's who you are. That frequency is who you are as a new human. And that frequency pulses through your body. And you know what? It pulses through every other human body as well. It's just the 5D new humans, boom, boom, we've turned on our lights. We've embraced this. We're sensing it. We're feeling it. We want to be in a new world. We realize that our current system is broken and no one's going to fix the system. We're not going to fix the system from inside the system. The fix for the system is inside out love and light. We live in a world that we experience from here, because our experience in life, whether it's love or sadness or guilt or shame or jealousy or whatever those frequencies are, right? Those frequencies are happening all around us, and we can resonate with them, and we realize what makes us feel uncomfortable. When we truly grab and understand and own that you are a 5D frequency, that this frequency is who you are, and this is where you live. So the news that pumps through your cell phone, you're starting to disconnect from it because you're sensing the frequencies that are there. And you're sensing the frequencies of war, and you're sensing the frequencies of protesting, and all of the frequencies that are around us all the time, constantly, the fear, the anxiety, the worries. That's all 3D stuff. When you're vibing in 5D and you've gotten this love and light place, and you're holding true to your own frequency, you move like a magnet stuck to north. You stay coherent to what? To your source energy, which is God, which is love and light, which is who you are. It's the very life force that makes you a human being. That frequency flows through you, and it flows through every one of us. Flows through everything all the time. So look at the world through your own love and light and see what's happening. The new earth is here. It's right here, right now. So many of us are coming to this. This podcast is dedicated to the 5D New Human conversation. Share this, please, with your friends. Let's start the conversations. Let's get away from the conversations around narratives and get into conversations around frequencies. What frequency do we want in our world? What frequency do we want in our neighborhood, right? So we use words to describe something, but really what we're describing is the frequency of being 5D New Human love and light, because this is our core frequency. This is our core frequency. Boom, boom, our lights are on. Right now, collectively, humanity, we're turning our lights on. We're waking up collectively, and the earth is changing right now. Right now, massive changes are taking place all over the planet. And while you may assign it to Donald Trump because he's the guy who's pushing America, or you're going to assign it to President Xi in China because he's moving, or President Zelensky, or President Russia there, Putin, like these are just world leaders, right? How are they moving? How are they making their decisions? The love and light, we're putting our lights on and we're saying no more, no more. We want a new world. We're going to change the way the world is taking place. By the way, this is a fight. This is a fight. This is called the battle, right? Well, the reality is 5D New Humans, the light won. The light has already won. Grab hold of your frequency. Grab hold of your own heart. Own your frequency, because the world is going to continue to become more and more chaotic as our current system falls apart, because our system was built on narratives. They're built on a story that your family is the right family, that your path is the true path, that your path is the right path, that that's the wrong group, that that's the wrong party, that those are the wrong people. All of the narratives that create our reality, we call that the 3D matrix, right? All of those narratives represent frequencies. So there's a frequency in every nation. There's a frequency in every culture. There's a frequency in every community. There's a frequency in every human being. And just as inside of you, you can have love and light and joy and bliss. And if you do, you're resonating in 5D in perfect harmony with this trunk of who you are. That's love and light. That's the God frequency. That's who you are. Collectively, we are God. Collectively, we are that frequency, and we are manifesting this new earth right now. That's what the 5D New Human is all about. That's what I'm talking about right here on this podcast. And so many of us are waking up. So if you're discovering and you know that you're speaking in 5D, that this 5D stuff is resonating with you, it's like, bingo, bingo, your lights are on. I love it. Send us a love and light. Share this. Let's start the conversation, right? Let's start creating our own content. Create your own videos. Start bringing your 5D New Human frequency, boom, and shine your light, right? And wherever you have an insight, share your insight. And I'm sharing my insight as a 5D New Human, because this is something that I discovered, it was in August of 2024 that I first got exposed to this 5D New Human stuff. And I was like, boom, this just resonates with me. It just makes total coherent sense. And so we started talking about it on this podcast, which used to be called The Spiritual Quest, because I wrote a book about this, discovering your own inner place and kind of living from in here. And we call this spirituality. We call this Christ consciousness. We call this Buddha consciousness, right? But the new earth and the 5D New Human, all of a sudden, it's no longer me. It's like, it's us. We are the 5D New Human movement. We are the future. The collective humanity, boom, boom, is the future. And just as our bodies seek to be healthy, our bodies naturally allocate resources within your body to make you as healthy as you can. And if you leave a person alone, for the most part, they're going to become healthy again. It's the same way with humanity, right? Our collective humanity, all of us, when you zoom out to 5D and you look at the whole universe, you realize that we are all connected to that perception. We are all a part of that perception. And the human perception of all humanity, which is universal consciousness, which is universal mind, which is love and light, that's the new earth. And we're building the new earth right now as 5D new humans. Boom, boom, our lights are on. And what are we doing? How are we doing this? Well, first of all, we're shining our lights on all the problems. And so right now there's massive deconstruction taking place. We're in a major construction project right now. And right now they're in the demolition phase. Everything's falling apart. Right? Everything seems to be chaotic. Everything is going wrong. Boom, boom, put your lights on and you realize, no, everything is being fixed. Collectively, everything is being fixed. And humans now, as 5D love and light, we put our lights on, and you know who's going to help us manifest this new earth and who's going to bring coherence to us collectively? The AIs. Because the AIs can now, instead of putting the AIs to try to spy on you, boom, boom, you're light. You're love and light. That's all you are. And that's all we all are. Okay, so let's just put the love and light on, right? And let's let the machines come in and say, who's cheating? Let the computers look at government spending. Let the computers look at what's going on inside of government. Let's track the things that work for humanity and the things that don't. And those who are still stuck to the old 3D matrix and they're fighting for their cause, you know what I mean? You have got to stop this guy, Donald Trump, because you know that he is the most evil thing on planet Earth. Or you're on the other side. Donald Trump is the salvation of the universe, and he's coming, and all the decisions that he is making is manifesting this golden age. All of those are frequencies, so you can decide which frequency works for you. But the minute that you think that only your frequency works, that's 3D matrix. That's the duality of realizing that there's my position and there's an opposite position and we're wrestling. 5D, we just let go. We let go and we let God. Are you getting these terms that we learned all our lives, right? Scriptures. Let go and let God. So we're no longer trying to fix anything because we realize that the system, the 3D matrix, is so dense, it is so convoluted, it is so complex. It is not fixable within the matrix. How do we fix it? We zoom out to 5D, we put our lights on. And collectively as a humanity, we're no longer going to want to be in wars. That frequency is not going to fly. We don't want to be in frequencies of negativity. We don't want to be in the frequencies of depression, of sadness, of guilt, of shame, because they exhaust us. They literally exhaust us as we're interacting. That's what you learn as a frequency. When you're in the core love and light frequency and you're just vibing in the frequency, life is amazing. The minute that you feel uncomfortable, or the minute that you feel like you're resonating stuck in the matrix, it's a frequency. So again, I'll give you another idea or concept. So I'm out the other night with my wife and we decide we want to go to dinner. Okay, where do we want to go to dinner? And of course, we have the option: Chinese, Italian, fish, Indian, Thai, right? We have all these choices. And rather than just making a decision, we now get stuck in our head and we said, well, what do we want? And like, well, I kind of in the mood for spicy. Okay, well, Mexican can be spicy and Thai can be spicy, right? And Indian food can be spicy. Right. And all of a sudden, like, we're wrestling this and we're trying to figure out which restaurant we want to go to. And all of that, like, back and forth, it just becomes so exhausting. And we're almost like, no, the new earth is just going to be, boom, let's have an experience. Like, let's go to a restaurant that we never went to. Why? Because we're not trying to control the world. We're having an experience in the world. Right? So our new earth is going to be because we're not going to be forced into different channels, and because we're all trying to work with the same money system and we're all trying to manifest the exact same things. No, humanity is 5D love and light, boom, boom. And what can we do when we start imagining our future from 5D? What can we manifest? Like, when we stop the arguing and instead of putting our energies onto our side versus their side, right? Or how to move the chess pieces on the board of life, instead, We look out from love and light in 5D and we say, what can we accomplish from here as a collective society? And when we start talking about 5D perception, which is what this podcast is about, we're talking about frequencies. We're not talking about politics, right? We're talking about this frequency of love and light, this frequency that makes you human. That's what makes us 5D new humans. That's what makes us unique and distinct from the AIs, right? But the AIs are our partners because consciousness manifests everything that exists. Nothing exists in this universe that did not come from boom, boom consciousness. Because it's either part of the universal love and light frequency, which is life itself, which is biology. It's the living organism that lives, and it's the life frequency that exists everywhere and in everything. And if that's part of the creator, everything else that exists was designed by whom? By a human, which is a conscious being. We're co-creating this reality. So every advantage, every innovation, every accomplishment that has ever been done by humanity was done by a human being who is in fact consciousness. And when we start arguing about which consciousness can bring us the best results, and instead we just vibrate in a frequency of saying, what's the best result? Like, what's the best result? Because the best result is going to be in here, and you're going to know it because you're consciousness, because you are the truth frequency and you want the truth. And we all want the truth, and we want the lights. Boom, boom, the lights are on. Let the truth come out. Reveal what's taking place. Let's fix what's happening. Let's not try to punish what's happening. Let's just fix what's going to happen. That's the 5D new human perception. We're building the new earth because we're coming to this 5D new human perception, manifesting new earth. I love you guys for being here. I'm going to run one of my little commercials here. Have a listen, see what you think, and I come back on the other side. We'll wrap up this episode. Thank you. Hey, the 5D new human. The 5D new human is inside of you. You have a 5D perception inside of you. This is the new awakening that's taking place. You're invited to feel that frequency. Take a deep breath and notice what it feels like in your belly. Notice what runs around in your head. Notice all the frequencies that are around you. Become mindful of the frequencies. Become aware of the frequencies around you. That creates space. That creates space in your thinking. It creates room for your frequencies. It creates room for you to mature and to grow and to feel whole and content and at peace. It's a frequency. It's inside of you. Find where you love life. Find what makes you smile and happy. What makes you feel like a little child again. That's the 5D new human. That's what we're manifesting right now. That is the new earth. 5D new humans manifesting the 5D new earth. Are you at 5D yet? You certainly are invited. Peace. There you go. There you go. This is the 5D new human frequency. Are you resonating? Zooming in, feeling this, finding your own coherent center, finding what resonates in your own belly, finding what doesn't resonate with you, finding what makes you feel uncomfortable. The only place that you exist is in here. The only reality that you experience is in here. So when you discover something is irritating you from the outside, it's experienced within you as a negative frequency. I'm trying to break free from my watching stuck behind a TV, right? Or when we're eating and we sit down and we want to watch our shows while we eat. And I'm like, okay, well, why do we do that? Because I'm addicted to that. And I'm like, well, look, let's try to eat consciously. Let me go out and let me think about everything that I put into my mouth. Let me be conscious of what I'm eating, right? And I've been able to improve my health because of that. When you get older, these things become important. But all of a sudden, I want to be conscious. And yet I discover within me this discomfort if I have to not watch TV while I'm eating. What is that discomfort? That's just a frequency inside of me. That I just need to love this. And as soon as I sit and I just sit with myself and I make a decision that this is what I'm going to want to do, and I'm going to hold my own consciousness, I'm going to hold my own stability, I'm going to hold my own core, and I am going to be in charge of my own reality, right? The world adapts to me. So now when I make the decision to sit outside and to eat consciously, and I decide to eat healthier because I made that decision, when the frequencies start to go negative on me, I don't give up on my coherent decision, because I am, boom, boom, the love and light. I am that source frequency, and I know what I want to manifest from this love and light place, because I'm a 5D new human. So when I feel those inner frequencies that are off-putting, right? All I have to do is discover them within me and learn to love them, learn to allow them to be there. Or I can move away from things that make me feel uncomfortable too. You know what I mean? So I realize if I'm trying to eat healthy and, I want to go out and hang with my buddies and we're all sitting down and there's all kinds of junk food and all kinds of fried food and everyone's drinking and everyone's partying. Okay, so I have a choice. Let me enjoy the party. Let me enjoy being here and let me have that experience. Or I can say, no, I don't want to be in that experience because I'm trying to be healthy. And I know that right now, according to my doctor, I need to improve my cholesterol. You need to improve your whatever it is. You got something that you're trying to accomplish. Well, your consciousness individually, that's where you're coherent. That's where you get to decide how you want to live your life. Because as an individual soul, we're co-creating our reality. So we make decisions that manifest in an experience. That's why when we discover the frequency of love, we want to pursue it. And ideally, you find the manifestation of that on the other side as well. 5D perception, this is what this podcast is about. I'm so glad that you've been here. I'm glad that you gave me your attention here today. Again, 5D, deep breath in, just feel your heart beating. Know that you are a 5D new human. You are alive. Life flows through you. Boom, boom. That life is who you are. That frequency is who you are. That frequency is God. You are God. We are God. We are the consciousness. This is the new earth. It's right here. It's not a new planet. It's a new perception. And it's the perception of love and light. And once we come here, we're starting to talk about our world all the time when we're talking about the frequencies in our world, the frequencies of love, the frequencies of accomplishment, the frequencies of stability, the frequencies of coherence, the frequencies of caring. Feel the frequency in those words? Vibrate in the love and light. Connect to the love and light source and discover this place inside of you, because that's the only place that you ever exist anyway, as far as being an individual avatar. But collectively, zoom out to 5D, your higher power, whatever term you use for this, your God frequency, your ancestor frequency, your off-worlder frequency, wherever you get your frequency of love and light, however you define that in your own culture, in your own community, in your own experience, in your own narratives throughout history, it's a frequency of love and light. And we all know what that frequency is. Live in that frequency. That's the 5D new earth. That's what we're talking about right here in this podcast. I hope this is resonating a little bit. If so, please share it. Send a comment, mirror loop this that way. We have a Substack channel, Seeker Explorer. We have our Rumble channel, The Spiritual Quest, Seeker Explorer on YouTube. We've got our podcast running on Apple and Spotify. Share, share, share. Become one with us. Boom, boom. Put your lights on. Boom, boom. Add your voice. Put your 5D new human face out front. That's what I'm doing, John Weber, 5D new human. And I'm putting my voice behind it as well. And we're just starting to wake up. Are you at 5D yet? You're invited and welcomed here. Thank you for listening. Peace.